Hey everybody, in this video we're working on Pati, the barn find CB750, and in this video we're taking a big step forward with side covers. Repairing this side cover and installing another one, doing some fiberglass repairs on some cracks as well as painting them, so stick around. Now when I got this bike, it did have this side cover on it, but as you can see it was broken in half and the other side was just missing. So I started this process by sourcing a left side cover from a friend, same person I got the front fender from. So we ended up both being wrong on it, but the left side cover ended up being for a CB500 It's still in great shape, but can't use it. So I did end up sourcing a different used cover, which you will see. Now I want to try to repair this thing, so let's go ahead and get going on doing some fiberglass repairs and seeing what we can do with it. So this is just to kind of get me held in place, and then I'm going to fiberglass on the backside, so this is just a temporary kind of thing. Okay, so I'm getting ready to actually start laying fiberglass in this thing. Now, before anybody jumps in the comments with what I'm about to do, this is only my second time ever fiberglassing, so don't take this as like a how-to, more of just like, just winging it. Let's figure it out. That was also the AC that kicked off, so I do not apologize for the noise on that because I needed it in here. So anyway, I've had this fiberglass resin for a long time. Just picked up a couple new brushes, a couple new cups. And I got a little bit of that left, which should be enough. So I've cut 3 lengths of strips here, some short pieces, kind of a medium length here, 2 medium length, yeah, some short pieces, and then a couple long pieces for the main strip. But I think that'll work fine. We will get this on here ASAP. So got the super glue in the front. It actually seems like it's holding really well, like it's set up really nice, so pretty happy with that. And then the fiberglass in the back will just hopefully add some resilience, and if all goes well, it will actually stick to here and we'll have a fix. It's always amazing how hot this stuff gets. Like, I mean, you can't keep your hand on that. It's so crazy, chemistry and stuff. So, anyway, that thing's setting up. I'm probably going to maybe even move it outside, away out of here, so I can breathe a little bit better. Anyway, I'm gonna get back to work on other projects. We'll reconvene when this is set up. Okay, it's been about a week since we messed with this cover here, so I still have to clean this thing up. But in the meantime, I have sourced the correct cover. Now I know you can get brand new covers from like 4-in-1 and such for about $50, but in keeping with the theme of the bike, the kind of keeping the character, keeping its originality or its survivorness, I decided a used cover that actually had some damage was a better fit for the bike. So yeah, maybe a couple bucks less expensive, but I'm going to do the same repair here, and we're going to have another part that's going to live another day. I know I'm probably getting a little carried away with just retaining old stuff on the bike, but you know what? I'm having fun with it, so why not? Good experiment. Now I'm going to just go ahead and do the same repairs I've mentioned. This one will get fully painted, and this one, I think, as a general experiment, I will try to just blend this section here, and then that would also allow me to retain some more of the patina on the bike, and which I know I'm getting carried away with, but you know, I'm just having fun with it. So again, gonna get back on this one, do the same repair, be right back with you. So I've gone ahead and put a coat of paint on the inside, and what I'm using for primer is some SEM high build stuff, and I'll pair this with some nice paint. But went ahead and just covered the inside. I want to experiment with just kind of how to the best way that I'll see to sand it down, if it's just going to be sandpaper or Scotch-Brite. So we'll get this kind of smoothed out, and then I will go ahead and prime the outside before putting it in final paint. So also, I'm sure there's like 10,000 other ways to do this, but I am no body guy, and I'm not going to invest in like all the highest quality tools and materials and supplies for this kind of thing, because it's not something I do on a daily basis. So it just doesn't make sense as an investment for me, and I don't plan to do more body work. So just kind of using what I got, playing around a little bit. Now while the primer is drying on that thing, I want to talk a little bit about the paint I'm using, as I know that'll be a question. So I mentioned SEM high build primer. SEM's good stuff. So flexible acrylic coating for priming steel, aluminum, fiberglass, and plastics. Can seems to tell me that that's what I need to have on it. So I know I wanted to use like an SEM brand, like a higher quality sandable primer. So after that, the kind of big question is color. So I had brought this particular panel into the actual local paint shop, and they were able to match it. So what they do is they put a camera on the color sample there, and then their computer matches to something. So this is just a custom mixed can. This particular bike is Planet Blue Metallic. I tried going off of a code. They couldn't pull that particular code up, but again, they matched it by the can, and we'll see, we'll see how well it comes out. It should be pretty damn close, so I'm excited to try it out. And then to cover it all, Spray Max 2K Clear. So this is some pretty hard stuff. This is like fuel resistant. You can use this on tanks. I have before. It's pretty expensive, and it has a pretty short shelf life once you activate the can, something like 36 hours. Really good stuff though, and it dries to a professional, a professional type finish, and it's really good stuff. This just with some clear glamour on this. They do offer a kind of like a satin finish with that, but that's the stuff I'm using. I'm pretty excited. Once the primer is dry on that cover, I can go ahead and just quickly scuff it, smooth it out, and we'll go get some color on it, and then we'll really see how well that color is mixed. So pretty excited. Alright, I've had this thing out in the sun for an hour and a half, something like that. It's looking pretty good. Now I'm going to scuff it, smooth it out, and then we'll get some color on this thing. Pretty excited about it. Alright, it is time to put some color on. So I've had this sitting outside, just kind of warming the can up a little bit, getting it in the sun. Hopefully we'll get an even spray out of it. I guess I'm planning on starting on this. We'll go ahead and get a light kind of guide coat on here, see how that looks, and then we will move on to this piece. So again, this is the risky one, but it's an experiment, Nothing to lose here. What I'm planning on doing with this is flipping this upside down. We'll get a little bit around the perimeter on the inside of color, and then it'll help look blended by the time we get to the outside. Little bit more wind than I'd like right now. And yeah, I'm painting this outside because if I painted it inside, I'd get 80 commenters saying you need to be doing this better or need to be doing it in a ventilated area, or doesn't matter what I do, you guys will have a problem with it, so just keep that in mind. Alright, those with weak constitutions, look away. I am thinking this is slightly darker. We'll see. It's not going to be perfect. I'm not expecting perfection because the bike is not perfect. It's kind of cool looking. Alright, well, color is dry, and there really isn't much of any that I can see metallic in this, so apparently they had a hard time picking that up. You can see the shade does change. It probably won't be so subtle once we get clear on this thing. And then of course right here, shift the light right there, right there. Little bit of a line showing up at that seam. Otherwise, not bad. Again, I'm not expecting perfection. This side's looking really good, though. Now, what I think I'm going to do is probably just get like some 1000 grit, see if I can wet sand that down a little bit in that section, and then we will get some clear on these things. And hopefully, that will have enough time to set up tonight. Again, I know we're not going for perfection here. That'll look a little wonky on there, but we tried. Okay, it is the next morning for these things, and they actually look pretty good. So you can see the line on this one, but again, not a big deal. I had seen online somebody had mentioned super glue, just the way, you know, I guess degases or something like that. So anyway, it created like a little bit of a high spot, but having not, you know, I didn't even put like body filler or anything on these things, so I'm not, again, to reiterate, I'm not going for like super show car stuff, but this one's looking pretty good. You can tell where I did the repair. I should have sanded a little bit more right there, so I got a little bit of a high spot. And then the fact, you know, I painted these things outside. There are a couple little pieces like dust or whatever that are in the clear coat that I need to just go ahead and try to wet sand out. So I'm going to hit it with some high grit paper and then do some polishing and rubbing compound on here, and then we will throw our badges on, throw them on the bike, and go for a ride. the final piece of the puzzle is, of course, the badges. Now for this, I geeked out a little bit more and I found some like K0, K1 type badges because I like the lettering of this far more than the big block CB750 that originally came on this, being a 75. So now we have a decision to make. So I got these two badges used. I know I can get them new again. This is just continuing with my style. So this one I just touched up on the outside with some more semi-gloss, so it's still drying, but it was broken right here. So I've got a piece of wire glued in there and stuff. So we've repaired this and there's no posts on it, whereas this one still has the posts. It's weird that they look that different, so I don't know what the real difference is here, but anyway, this one's a little bit more vibrant looking, you know, just in camera, and this one has like some scuffs on it. Again, this is exactly what I wanted. So we got to figure out which side we're going to put these on. And what I'm thinking, since this cover looks the most consistent, I need to bring it down a notch to match. So I'm thinking the nice scuffed one we're going to put over here. And then our right side cover, being that we do have that seam that you can see, it's not like, you know, I don't care that it's there, but maybe we can help balance it out by putting the extra nice badge on this side, even though we got to glue it. So we'll put that on that side, put our orange diamonds on. I know there's a left and a right on these, but we'll get those on. We'll get these on the bike and it will look fantastic. Well, the side covers are done and I really couldn't be happier with how they turned out. And again, to reiterate once more, looking at the rest of the bike, it's not a show bike, you know, it's just, I ride it, I have fun with it, and these things match aesthetically. They look like they're from here. As a matter of fact, this cover is from this bike, but being that it did have that crack down it, you know, you can still see it, it's whatever. Not too concerned with it. I just plan on riding this thing and continually evolving it. Now, while I'm still in the middle of shooting this video, I've also been working on other things for the bike, so stay tuned for the next video where I work on some of the stuff like the oil light, the front turn signals, this sweet rear rack I have here, and other stuff, so stick around for that. So I know this is going to be a mixed bag in the comments section. Some are going to love this, some are going to hate it because it's not the proper way of doing it, I guess, but you know what, it's my bike, I'm going to do what I want to it. You guys do what you want. So anyway, I'm going to end it off here. Hope you guys like this one. Hope to see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.